What it is, Duke City. Happy Thursday, y'all. It's a good Thursday over here because we are at Sadie's on 4th Street, baby. The boys are at the bar. Sadie's on 4th Street. Of course, this is 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610 The Sports Animal. One Van Nunley here. One Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. Special guest in the house, baby. The Prince of Howie's Sports Page, Luke Markwith, joined us on the program. Welcome back, my friend.
Feels good to be back. Thank you.
It is always a pleasure having you here. I mean, I get to sit across for 2 hours and 15 minutes and look at your beautiful face. But more importantly, the friends of the show get to hear that sexy voice, baby. We get so many compliments when Luke's on the program because you have the voice.
Yeah, I used to be the quiet storm. The R&B jams there, and I know the quiet storm.
Zay, how you be, brother?
It's solid for sure.
Good, man. Good. Busy day. Dude, super busy day. Oh, my goodness. Well, usually like a New Mexico fall, you say layers. So I guess that's in the middle of the summer. In Cumulus Studios, you need layers.
It's been chilly in a while.
Yeah, it's going to be a while, too. We got a hot-ass show for you today, friends of the show. A lot of NBA draft recap. We're going to take some time, talk about our thoughts from the first round. We're going to preview. We're going to tell you what's going on in the second round. And most importantly, what everyone wants to know, where is Bronny James going? Is he getting drafted? Is he going 55 to the Lakers? Is someone going to steal him? Whether they actually think that he could be a National Basketball Association contributor or just out of spite, just a middle finger up to LeBron. We're taking your kid. You can't have him. Your kid is going back home to Cleveland. Your kid is going to the Lakers' rival, Boston. Your kid is going, I don't know, maybe with Drake in Toronto. Who knows?
I think anybody that drafts Bronny right now is looking at it as a package where they're going to get LeBron with the next year or two if they draft him. So it's kind of like, why would you get free?
I mean, if you were guaranteed to get Bronny James and LeBron James, I think Bronny would have been like, what, the 4th or 5th pick after the giant Frenchman and the guy that shoots 50% from three. Like, if you knew 100% LeBron James was going to go wherever his son got drafted, you would have went, like, top 5.
I don't know. I don't think Bronny is the top 5 players at his age. I mean, he's still phenomenal. But
Sure.
You're getting him for a year or two. Leverage everything. But I think wherever Bronny is,
I feel that way. But I also feel that Bronny James, and I've said this a lot on the program, Bronny James, I don't think is an NBA caliber player yet. Anything aside from genetics, I mean, what he put up like 5 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist at USC as a freshman, and he's still going to get drafted in the second round of the NBA.
Yeah.
And he's shown that he can shoot a three. He's shown that he could play wing defense. But if you're not good enough to start in the Tupac, in the ex Pac-10, if if you can't start and get significant minutes in the Pac-10, and you think you're going to be an NBA caliber player immediately, you got to know it's nepotism. It's name value alone. It's genetic familiarity alone.
Well, for sure, but it's that double-edged sword. It's getting drafted where you normally wouldn't, but there'll also be more scrutiny and more pressure on him than any other second-round pick
in the history of the draft, right? I mean,
and then finally one day, she's like, you know, let's look at that pre-check that you got. And then she got it. The first time we did the pre-check, she's like, holy crap. You know, so I fly down to like a free companion basketball around this free for anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's speculation. If the doctor says you're good to go, I mean, you let him go.
I mean, he was a more highly touted recruit coming out of the first year of league coming into college. So, I mean, there is definitely some skills there. He would definitely benefit from that year or two of college.
No Bronny James picked yet in the draft. And this is where in the draft I think it's going to go. And by the way, NBA draft, it's second round's almost over. It's been, yeah, we got the Celtics on the clock now. Lakers are up next. I mean, it's going to be somewhere in this area. It has to be Lakers at number 55, unless the Celtics want to be spiteful. I mean, that was my advice to the NBA yesterday: is pick him out of spite. Take him.
The ghost of Red Auerbach coming back to the Celtics just to get him away from the Lakers.
Exactly. Put him at the end of the bench. Nobody cares. Just go ahead, say. Yes, they should. They just won a championship. Would you like to have LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. on your team to get you that much better? Like, the answer is yes. And it doesn't matter if you don't think that he's NBA ready. Put him at the end of the bench. Develop him. Like, you're getting him for into the second round prices. I don't see why not.
That wouldn't help LeBron's ring chasing legacy if he went to Boston with his son.
For sure.
Yes, that would be more fuel to that fire.
I mean, and it could be like a genius plan that LeBron James doesn't sign his 3-year extension yet. He's waiting to see where Bronny goes. Bronny gets picked right now to the Celtics. He's like, oh, sorry, LA, got to follow my boy.
Yeah, nothing personal.
It doesn't matter if he's 41, 42 years or not. He's still playing at, third team all NBA level? He's still averaging his career numbers, 27, 7, and 7. He seems ageless. He seems timeless. Yeah, he's still LeBron James. It is. Second round, pick 54. The pick is in, and it is Anton Watson, forward from Gonzaga. Lakers up next with Bronny James still on the board. We're going to let this first segment run until the Lakers pick her in. No, I tell you what, let's strike that, reverse it. Let's go to an early break right now so I can fix Luke's levels, and then we're going to come back with the Lakers pick. I'm predicting LeBron James Jr., Bronny James getting picked right when we come back from commercial. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I can barely hear him when you
I think it's the connection. Let me see your headset real quick.
Yeah, because right there it's loud.
Yeah. Okay. Get it right there. All right, you better now, Luke? Yeah. Everything good?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Okay, we'll just bring it back live no matter what. The Instagram is saying that he got picked by the Lakers. Oh, I see. You gonna go to wrestling tomorrow?
I'm gonna try. I got this one at the bar, but
Yeah.
is he coming back for that and going back, or is he?
No, he's gonna stay out. Yeah, he's had a couple conference calls with the wrestling people. Got their ducks in a row. I'll be there, wild card, helping out whatever needs done. Been doing it a year and a month. I mean, it better be set it, forget it by now.
Yeah.
Chris Burnett, the mayor of downtown, he's going to be number one on the mic. I'm going to help him with that a little bit too. It's official, Ronnie James. It's wild, dude. That's crazy. Here we go. Zay, kill the music. Breaking news. With the 25th pick in the second round of the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Ronnie James, point guard, USC. This is real. This just happened. Friend of the show, by the way. Welcome back to Tune In on 95.9 FM, AM 610 Esports Animal. The thing that everyone knew was going to happen actually happened. There was no sneakery. There was no tomfoolery. There was no hoodwinking. There were no surprises. There was no stealing. There was no positioning. There was no. Ronnie James is going to the Los Angeles Lakers to play with his daddy next season. 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. The unproven Ronnie James.
Yeah, he averaged 4.8 points a game more than I did last season.
I mean, that's not a lot. A lot of people.
We're watching the draft here live. They just showed all three of his highlights.
No, that was sweet. That didn't take long. More Bronny talk here this segment. We got a draft recap for you coming up after this, but no one's going to have more pressure on him in the history of the NBA.
That's why Michael Jordan's kids didn't play basketball.
Exactly. Marcus Jordan played in college and was nowhere close enough to.
I mean, Charlie Woods is heading for it as we speak. You know, the same way with being Tigers out and getting out there. But this right now is going to be brutal.
Well, I think luckily Bronny isn't like a lottery pick. He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
He's not like a no doubt. He's not like it's not like Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. It's LeBron James and
This is taking
yes. I mean, they got him on the cheap. They have to buy the picks are slotted. Like they can give him a higher signing bonus if they want, but he's going to get a 25th pick in the second round amount of money, unless he's a shrewd negotiator, which his father is. But there's going to there's no expectations besides being the namesake. He scored 5 points a game. He's going to be at the end of the bench for the Lakers. He's only going to play a few minutes a game his rookie year. He's going to contribute. He's going to be part of the team. But it's not like I just said, it's not like he's a lottery pick. It's not like he's a superstar with the exact same name as his father. Like, this is a project.
But at that same token, it's also a low-risk venture for them. So if it turns out to be a 10th of a million for getting in the second round,
And the Lakers are already playing on house money. They got, depending on what you consider greatest or best, the best basketball player in the history of the game. The Lakers already got that guy. LeBron James already got him a title. whether it's bubble or not, they got another championship. LeBron James will play another 2 or 3 years for the Lakers. He'll have a statue out front. He'll be part of the organization going forward. They're already in the black on the LeBron James experiment, and now they get Bronny James under his rookie contract. He's not going anywhere for 3 or 4 years, so they're going to have LeBron James there happy. LeBron James is going to recruit another free agent or some trade target. They're going to make another title run, probably fail. I mean, and he's already got his hand-picked coach, J.J. Redick, there. Like, he's in his ear no matter what. And every single coach LeBron James has ever worked with, he's had right on the tip of his finger, swirling around. Like, and it's no different here with J.J. Redick. I mean, I don't care what J.J. said at his press conference. He is LeBron's hand-chosen pick. You can say whatever you want. I'm not a sucker. You're not going to fool me, J.J. Redick. Oh, I didn't talk to LeBron about the job until about 30 minutes after I got it when I called him. Bull bleep. There is no way LeBron wasn't part of this process the whole time. Hand choosing J.J. Redick. And now J.J. Redick's on the hook not only for the tail end of LeBron James' career, having to play some kid who had a heart attack less than a year ago and is only scoring 5 points a game in the Pac-12. Yeah, we'll hit on that in a minute, but it's all Bronny for the rest of this segment because I don't understand. Like, okay, there has to be some collusion going on because if I run a front office in the NBA and there's not a for sure player that I want on my team, if there's not a for sure talent, I'm taking Bronny James just to hold LeBron James and the Lakers hostage. It's a genius move because either you're getting LeBron James on your team, and I don't care if he's 41, he's still LeBron James. He's still almost averaging a triple-double at 41. He's still a contributor. He's still a top 20 player in the NBA. I don't care. Miss me with his age. Miss me with LeBron James fatigue. I don't care if you're sick of saying LeBron James for the past 20 years. He's still a stud. Yes, he never stopped being good. No one's ever done this before. This is unprecedented in the history of basketball. Somebody being this old, being this good. And he's going to be good for the next couple of years. He's still going to be LeBron James. But back to my point, if I'm running a front office in the NBA, I am drafting LeBron. I'm drafting Bronny after, I don't know, the first 20 picks maybe. If I'm a team that was in the playoffs last year, and there's not a difference maker at the end of the draft, I'm taking Bronny because either LeBron James is going to sign with you or you're holding Bronny hostage and you're going to get a draft package out. Yeah, I heard those whispers too, and that is an awful look. And I don't think the James family's PR team was going to let that happen. Can you?
Eli like what?
Exactly. You can't pull a Elway and a Eli when you're at the end of the second round. That's the worst look that you could possibly have. Like, no, I want to play with my daddy. Like, okay, you know what people like me, how we would run with that if you got drafted by the Celtics or Bucks or whoever, and he refused to play for them and went and played in Australia for 2 years until like his contract voided. Like, that was insane. There's no way he was going to do that.
Yeah, I remember when Danny Fair did it years ago.
Right.
He didn't want to go, but he was like the number one pick.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're the number one pick and you think you're that dude, and you've always been that dude, like, good for you. Like, but you can't do that. You're LeBron James' kid, and you're getting drafted at the end of the second round. Like, who is he sandwiched in between in the draft? Let's see. Anton Watson, which sounds like a Renaissance scientist. I'm like, he is insane. And Kevin McCullough Jr., who I'm pretty sure is the kid from Home Alone. Thank you very much. Kevin, don't call me McAllister Jr., forward out of Kansas. In between those two guys, you got LeBron James Jr., and you think LeBron James, if another team reached up and picked him, he's getting picked between two guys that I've never heard of in my life. He's going to say, I'm going to put my foot down. Uncle Rich Paul said that I'm not going to play anywhere else, and I'm not going to play anywhere else. That's the worst possible look you can have.
The NBA has never needed a Hard Knocks style documentary series to start a season as much as it does right now.
Oh, that'd be so beautiful.
We need Hard Knocks basketball, Lakers. I'll be an executive producer.
Well, I mean, it's must-see TV next year. You got a coach that's never coached before. The only time he's coached was like summer class for fourth graders. And from what I understand, they didn't even win the championship. And then he goes straight from the court to the booth to the suit, where
Jeff Saturday.
wielding the clipboard. Yeah, Jeff Saturday-esque. Thank you very much. Wielding the clipboard with no experience whatsoever. That's an insane story.
Anything to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, didn't talk to him until 30 minutes after I signed my contract. Stupid. LeBron James, fighting father time, still a legend, still a top 20 basketball player. If they had fourth team All NBA, he would be the first selection. You got his kid playing on the team. And you got Zay's new favorite player, Dalton Connect. Okay. A 6.5 foot tall white guy who can shoot threes. Where have I heard that from? Oh, maybe his new coach, JJ Redick. He drafted himself in the first round. JJ Redick drafted himself in the first round, and LeBron James drafted himself in the second round. This is so stupid.
I've got the pitch for the show. It's Hard Knocks means Quantum League. We're doing like a thing. Hard Knocks means Quantum League style show.
Meets 23andMe. Is JJ Redick your real dad, Dalton? Nobody knows. France is taking over the NBA, boys. Get used to it. When we get back, more NBA draft talk. And we are talking about France on 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. All right. You want to make up whatever you think your steal of the draft is? Zay, did you watch the rest of the draft? I saw some dude that was dressed looked just like Nipsey Hussle. I didn't know who it was. 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Boys are live at Sadie's on 4th Street. Come have a margarita. First one's on me. Pinky swear. Whether you're listening to us on 95.9 FM or 610 AM or talkabq.com or the KNML app or the TuneIn app, or you're listening to us in the future on Spotify or Apple or Stitcher or SoundCloud, or perhaps you're seeing mine and Zay's and Luke's beautiful faces on FacebookLive.com, TalkABQ, YouTubeLive.com, TalkABQ, InstagramLive.com, TalkABQ. Friends of the show, you got some options, but however you're listening, thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us. 30 short minutes, I'll be having a margarita, Luke. What are you going to have? Let's have a margarita then. Zay Johnson, back at the studio, cannot have a margarita. Okay, Zay, I need to hear your hot take before we give our draft analysis. I'm going to do like a little sleeper and bust kind of conversation here, but how do you feel about your Los Angeles Lakers drafting LeBron James Jr., a.k.a. Bronny James? Okay, great analysis. I'm not mad at it. He's obviously got the genes. He's obviously got the training. It's not like he became LeBron James' son like 1 year ago and just started training. He's been LeBron James Jr. his entire life. You know, he had that little plastic play school set in the living room shooting hoops before he could walk. You know, he was out in the driveway before he could throw it up on a 10-foot goal, practicing with his dad. You know it, the whole package. You know he's got a basketball brain. He ain't got a basketball heart, but he's got a basketball everything else. He got basketball everything else. I think he has the chance to be a baller. Like, you can't expect him to be LeBron James. That's an unrealistic expectation. You can't expect him, depending on how you value historically dominant basketball player. You better have him first or second all the time. If you have him third or lower all time, you're an idiot and you're just a LeBron hater. Miss me with that argument. You can't just immediately walk in and fill those footsteps. It's going to take a lot for him to get his basketball identity.
For sure, he doesn't quite have the physical size of dad.
Sure.
It's a different kind of player. But, he's also been playing against his dad. This could be a great steal in the second round if it pans out. It could have been more the hard thing than not last year. There's a lot of them. It's going to be interesting.
And he's been practicing basketball with LeBron James for 20 years. And he will continue at a much higher level. I think the only expectation of Bronny James coming into his rookie season is 3-and-D. Hit open three-pointers, play defense, run a couple fast breaks. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't try to play above your means, and don't do anything stupid. Use that genius basketball IQ that your father trained you your whole life, and don't do anything stupid, especially under the media's eye in Hollywood.
And it's not like he's going to have the opponent's best defender keying on him, you know.
Right.
Kind of lost in the shuffle of the other places.
And also, I mean, I agree with you. I think he's going to catch some bodies. Like, he can dunk, like, he can jump, he's athletic. But I think the bodies he's going to catch are like every single late teen, early 20 starlet in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He's going to be all, dude, I guarantee you TMZ already has somebody assigned to him to follow him around. People are just going to follow everything he does now. He's going to be under the microscope just like his dad has been for, oh my God, since he was 16, 25 years, 26 years.
And no one's had the microscope better than LeBron.
He's going to hook up with the whole cast of Euphoria. Matching suits.
I think they're contractually obligated to do so
For
the
sure.
NBA.
God, I hope he signs with Adidas. Can't be so. Bronny James, the Under Armour ones. The new Bronny James tearaways
I just wanted to make my own legacy.
brought to you. Oh God, it's one blank. What's Kyrie's? Look, no, he's what's the Chinese shoe company? I just went blank. Those new awful shoes he had. Anyways,
Going full starter.
I don't see why not. I think a great steal of the draft is another one of your dudes, say Dalton Connect. He can shoot the lights out. He's big. He can. He was putting up 40 points on the best teams in college basketball last year. I think he's a dude. You don't have to tell the friends of the show you're looking up stuff on air. Let them think you're actually smart. I think another steal, if he doesn't end up being a crazy person, is Kyle Filipkowski from Duke. 6'11", 230, fell into the second round. People think he's got like thin skin, that he's soft. And he's got all kinds of weird family drama. He's like the new Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he freaking wore his glasses inside the whole NBA draft yesterday. Didn't take them off. And then kept them on all day today too. Allegedly, Kyle Filipkowski is estranged from his family because he's dating like a woman 10 years older than him.
It's not Scottie Pippen's ex, is it?
This is Aaron Rodgers stuff right here. With advances in modern technology and science and plastic surgery, like you don't know who anyone is. I don't mess with girls unless I got smile lines. If you got some wrinkles next to your eyes, don't at me. That was a shocker to me. I thought he would have fit perfectly on the Spurs. Yeah, did you see what the Knicks are doing with everyone who ever played for Villanova? Why not do it with Kentucky guys? So there was a lot of talk, like during the basketball season, that Kyle Filipowski is going to be a lottery pick. It seems like he's got the skill set to do it. He's almost 7 foot tall. He can shoot. He can play defense down low. But he was like groomed by a woman almost 10 years older than him. Like, is that like a giant red flag to front offices? As far as I know, a friend of the show, 2 Men On's quarterback, Ned James, says he doesn't care about what you do off the field. He cares about what you do on the field. I mean, in this situation, it's on the court. You take the best player available. Yeah, look at. But she does that like chronically. Like she just goes after younger basketball players, right? She finally got Lamelo. Yes, I am. Yeah, I am. Like every 2 years, she cashes in for a younger basketball player. And like my grandpa said, good work if you can get it, Luke. If I didn't have any like discernible skills, a skill set, and I looked like she looks, I would probably follow the same game plan. I would not stray from that game plan. It works. It is working for her very well.
Since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm. Has she ever been in the same room as Miley Cyrus? Did she just dye her hair differently and put on glasses and hook up with a different NBA player? Here's a weird one. Yesterday I was proven insanely wrong, and I said there was going to be multiple trades with veteran NBA players for draft picks. There were 0. But the trade action did heat up in the second round, as up until, hold on one second, let me make sure I get this right. The 46th pick, every single pick of the second round was traded, either before the draft or during the draft. Every single pick got switched, and it stopped for 3 picks, and it started up again with 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Celtics and Lakers actually used their pick, and then 56 and 57 were traded also. That's 5, 7, 22 trades in the second round.
Anybody other than the Lakers would have drafted Bronny, we would have had another trade.
Which, I mean, there was obviously collusion, because there's no way that I'm the only person on earth that pretended that I'm a front office person, and that was my first thought. I mean, there is 20 teams in the NBA who would have loved to take Bronny James hostage, whether it's to acquire LeBron James or to trade for higher value. The fact that that didn't happen, and the son of the greatest or second greatest basketball player in the history of the sport went to the 55th pick in the second round, there had to be collusion.
Well, yeah, there's collusion that got him drafted in the first place, and there's collusion that got him drafted as low as he did.
We wrap up our draft talk in the next segment. We got some football talk in the 5 o'clock hour. We have a lot of fun with that. The I-9 varsity coming at you at 5:30. Isham Dental soundbite of the day. This is going to be a good one coming at you right at 5 o'clock. Josh Sushan sometime in the 6 o'clock hour. We got some sprinkles at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Ice Stokes Park. Might be a delay. We'll see how the weather. Maybe you get some bonus 2 Men On today, friend of the show. We'll see, and we'll keep you updated. More NBA draft talk when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program, Duke City. Listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal. The boys are live from Sadie's. We're at the bar. I'm 11 short minutes away from sipping on a little Margie boy over here. Come get you some enchiladas. Come get a stuffed sopapilla. Come get one of the best hamburgers in town, too. Underrated hamburgers here at Sadie's. You know Sadie's is the place to be, especially when the boys are here every Thursday. And of course, we're at the bar. It's like we're at the bar. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. All right, NBA draft recap, and I promise you, friend of the show, we'll talk some NFL, we'll talk some MLB, we'll get you your favorite segment, the I-9 Parsi. We'll get you your Isham Dental soundbite of the day coming up exactly next. I got one big winner in the draft, and that's the country of France. France is taking over the NBA. The best player in the NBA starting next year will be a 20-year-old Frenchman, Victor Wembanyama, last year's #1 pick. Unanimous Rookie of the Year. Should have been Defensive Player of the Year. He will be the best player in the NBA starting next year. Mark it. Quote it. Get your future bets right now. Victor Wembanyama, next year's MVP. Victor Wembanyama will be MVP every year he plays a full season in his career. First 2 draft picks in this year's draft from France. The 6th pick in the draft from France. 3 picks in the top 10. France. Another first rounder, 25th pick to the Knicks from France. Another one in the 2nd round from France. Never did I think in my lifetime the country of France would be where the NBA finds all of its best players. This is bonkers to me. Yes. I thought cigarettes were supposed to stunt your growth. How are they smoking cigarettes for breakfast and they're kicking out all these 7-footers in France? How nutrient dense are their baguettes? Is what I'm asking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How, do snails make you 7 foot tall, Luke? Is this the biggest problem in my life that I didn't grow up eating snails and I'm only 5'11"? Yeah, okay. Well, I don't either, but I'm not eating snails. Did you think when we bailed them out every World War, when we bailed them out of every World War, they had the long con going that they're going to take over the NBA in 50 years? Like, is this like a national plan that they had? Is this like Russia's Olympic team? Are they feeding these kids steroids so they grow up to be 7 foot tall and take over the NBA? Yeah, okay. Took a while. It took a while. For real. They used to have one. They used to have Tony Parker and only Tony Parker. Now it's like an episode of Oprah. You get a Frenchman. You get a Frenchman. You get a Frenchman. Any names, period, anymore. I don't care if you're French or Eastern European. And now all the countries that used to ski and play death metal, now they're kicking out basketball players too. You get a bunch of Norwegians and Swedes in the league too. We're done, America. Europe's taken over. This is their league. This is the European Basketball Association. What happened? I thought NFL players their kids were scared of concussions. And retired NFL players made their kids play basketball and baseball or golf.
This goes back to the Dream Team. That was the whole thing when the Dream Team played.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a couple of decent teams. Lithuania had just maybe the Lithuanian team that won that year. But I mean, those Eastern European teams and now the French teams have just gotten better and better. They're more fundamental players. The big men can handle the ball, they can pass. They're all phenomenal passers, shooters. I mean, Sadie is one of the early ones. He was an innovator in many things.
Yeah.
Passing big man, flopping.
Arvydas Sabonis.
If he would have done it when if his knees would have showed up at the same time he did,
Yeah,
he would have been a phenomenal player.
I agree
So
completely.
broken down by the time we got him. We never got to see him at his best. Well, yeah, I mean, the back to the basket center is obsolete in the NBA. It just, you have to be more versatile. You have to have an outside shot. You have to be able to get the ball. You have to be able to pass. I mean, it's just sit down in the post. Patrick Ewing would be he's a phenomenal center, but in this style of game, you just not have the same kind of place to play. I mean,
All right, I'm not going to blame the Dream Team for making this a worldwide game. I got one specific person to blame, one specific group of people to blame for the world being better at basketball, and that's hot, short chicks. If the previous generation of NBA players were breeding with WNBA players and making sure that their progeny was going to be 6.5 and 7 foot tall, no previous generation of NBA players, you hooked up with hot, short chicks. This is your fault. When we get back, we're talking football. Another part of the world is going to take over another American sport, and we're going to tell you all about it with the Isham Dental soundbite of the day. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The first year, lighting two of the Rose Bowl on the Olympics. Lithuania couldn't afford to send their basketball team.
One of my favorite stories.
So the Grateful Dead, because
Yeah.
Shrews Marshall was playing Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
And they're friends with some of those guys in San Francisco.
Yep.
And so the Grateful Dead sponsored the team. They had the tie-dye.
I have one.
With
Yeah.
the skeletons and the deal.
Oh, that's a great story. Welcome back to the program, Duke City. 1 hour in the books. 1 hour to go. Maybe. Because they got some sprinkles at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. Might have a rain delay. Park might be down. We'll get an update from Josh Sushan here in a little bit. Congratulations, friend of the show. You might get a little bonus 2 men on this evening, which, as much as I love sitting here at Sadie's on 4th Street and entertaining the friends of the show, I kind of wanted to rush out of here and watch the presidential debate. Not going to lie. I love sports. I love good entertainment. I finished Shoresy on Hulu last night. If you're not watching Shoresy, it's amazing. Watch it. That big Ted Lasso-sized hole in your heart, fill it with Shoresy. It's just as good, if not better. But nothing is going to be as entertaining as the presidential debate tonight. And boy, howdy, I wish I could live stream that mother. IshamDentalABQ.com, any of your dental needs, they specialize. They are the best in the biz. Just about every insurance, just about every Medicare and Medicaid you have, give them a call, 505-881-0422. They're the best in the biz. Again, that is IshamDentalABQ.com, 505-881-0422. All right, this is new to me. Because one thing me and Fred used to do on the program for the Isham Dental Soundbite of the Day, Luke, is we take turns every day. We pick a soundbite the other person hasn't heard, then obviously we react to it. So me and you, Luke, neither of us have heard this. Zay picked this one out. Congratulations. I believe you did a good job. Without further ado, your Isham Dental Soundbite of the Day. Who? That was your Isham Dental Soundbite of the Day, IshamDentalABQ.com. So what we were listening to, boys, is allegedly is it U18 or U20? It's U20. Japan's U20 football team demolished the United States U20 football team. I'll say that again. American football. Not football, not soccer. American football. Watch your back, United States. We already saw what happened in the NBA draft last night. What's going to happen to American football when Japan takes over? Yes. Yes. New Zealand, maybe. Australia. It's demolished. It's the land of sumo, y'all. Right. Like, they can eat in Japan. You know, most of the pop. Okay. Another thing that we created. Oh, good job. This is the United States fault again. We're creating giant Japanese football players. Oh my goodness! The last thing that touched down. Oh, snip that, Zay. Oh, oh. They,
Now the question is, what is the U.S. segment of the 20 team?
yeah.
We are talking about playing college ball. I mean, is this like a pickup league that won their division championship and whatever to play the best of Japan?
Yeah. Sure. But still. But still. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Are you familiar with Wagyu? Are you familiar with Kobe beef? Have you ever had Japanese whiskey? Look at baseball. Shohei Ohtani. Everything that we do well, Japan is like, we can do this better. Yes. 100%. They're going to be better at baseball. The best player on the planet, Shohei Ohtani, arguably the best player in the history of the sport, is Japanese. The best whiskey on the planet, hate to break it to you, most worldwide award-winning whiskeys, Japanese. Universally, the best beef in the world, Japanese. I don't care what we do, Japan, out of spite, out of a culture of excellence, will get better at it. And we're seeing it now in American football, and this is scary. Zay, do you want to fake like your birth certificate and go play for the U20 whenever there's a rematch? Because we need to step it up a little bit here, boys. Right. Sure.
I'm sure they're pretty disciplined. If you get a candidate for a false start.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So if they would have lost, it's like the whole team commit Harry Carey, and you got to get a whole new team next year. Yeah. Bring dishonor. But this is wild. Like if you would have told me that the Japan U20 football team like was competitive and hung with the United States team, I'd be like, that's awesome. Kudos. But they dominated. They beat them into a bloody pulp. And that's probably what their third stringers, right? Is 27 rip in the second quarter. You had to have put in the scrubs after that. Also, I bet they didn't have a penalty all game.
Yeah.
I bet they didn't have a penalty all game. Did you pull up a box score, Zay? I bet they're the least penalized football team in the history of the universe. Yeah.
That we will next time.
They're not sending their best people.
We will next time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got to do it now. You don't want to throw them a bone. You gotta stop the issue in its tracks. Don't give them hope, because if you give the Japanese, a little taste of excellence in football, they think they could come here and beat the Americans every time. They're going to start from children. They're going to start raising football players. They're going to dedicate their whole lives to this. And,
Crawling around dragging a tire across the living room
yes,
floor.
yes.
And by then, Tyreek may have a few kids that can play in the
Sure. I mean, that's pretty bold too, thinking Tyreek's going to be eligible sometime in the future. Like with Tyreek's criminal record, don't take anything for granted in the future with Tyreek. That's a pretty bold statement.
He's not from RDS yet, but he's on his way.
More.
Marty's still got Long Beach, I think.
Oh, he's the god forever. Like logistically, it's hard to do. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, Cromartie only has like Mondays and then the off season.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Cannon's got every night to make more babies. He ain't that busy. All right, more Japan talk when we get back, as this might be the greatest home run derby in the history of the sport. More sports and sports adjacent talk when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're going this year. We're going this year. Home run derby.
Who's next?
Dallas. Would you like an apple or carrot?
Good.
You could grab a serve or two. I need a little Margie boy. Go on.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the program. Program in question would be 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Friend of the show, I don't know if you got hot plans tomorrow night. I do. I'm going down to the El Rey Theater to watch Duke City Championship Wrestling. And the hero of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and all of New Mexico, and all of the Southwest, and all of the United States of America, dare I say the world, the greatest living wrestler, Hobo Hank, will be in action once again, taking on not one, but two other wrestlers. The Eiffel Tower match, there's no way that it's called that. The Brett Kavanaugh match, it's not called that either. But there will be a 2-on-1 match where Hobo Hank must defend his honor against, two awful people. Dislike them very much.
Be careful Googling the words 2-on-1 and on.
Correct. Direct spelling, know what you're getting into. A lot of Japanese talk on the program today. Didn't expect that when the day started. But the greatest baseball player to ever do it, Shohei Ohtani, is considering hitting baseballs out of whatever horrible stadium is in Dallas, Texas, in this year's MLB Home Run Derby. And the world slow claps together at once, because this will be the greatest MLB Home Run Derby moment, because I don't see him not hitting baseballs out of the park.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not pitching in the Home Run Derby. By the way, the boys, we just got some margs here at Sadie's on 4th Street. Deliciousness is happening right now. A little live sip right here. Did the temperature balance out there for you, Zach? You see you're still wearing the hoodie. So I think Shohei Ohtani, he doesn't miss. The only time he misses is when he doesn't swing at a strike or when he hires interpreters. But I think it's going to send a ripple effect throughout MLB that if Shohei's doing it, everyone else has to do it. So I think we'll get Vladimir Guerrero back. I think Aaron Judge will have to step up and do it. All the big sluggers, maybe a Juan Soto. If the Dodgers are going to do it, there has to be one or two Yankees to do it too. I think it will cause a ripple effect, and this will be a legendary home run derby. I mean, the MLB Home Run Derby has had its share of superstars throughout the years, but it's not what it once was. It's not like King Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire are going to be there every year. Like sometimes it's always like a hodgepodge of like a couple sluggers, a couple journeymen, a couple rookies, and it gets fun and competitive. In the hometown guy, just happy to be here. But if we start getting like all superstars from around the world, like we got Shohei Ohtani, Asian. We get like a Juan Soto, Caribbean. We get Aaron Judge, an American. We get a person of color, a slugger in there. Like bring more attention back to the All-Star game. Make it more exciting. Make it more fun. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I don't know if you need a juice baseball or a metal bat, but for sure, bring all comers. It makes it more fun and interesting. Like, Friday, August 23rd, we got Home Run Derby X coming to Rio Grande Credit Union Field, Ice Hopes Park. Manny Ramirez is coming here. If Manny Ramirez is retired and coming to Albuquerque, New Mexico to drop bombs, why aren't the best in the business doing it at the Home Run Derby at the All-Star break?
Well, I mean, I think it's a whole different level than our return. It just, especially with the new format over the last 5 or 6 years, it's a lot. It is an unnatural thing to play that hard that many times that quickly. And you kind of watch these guys' numbers drop off in the second half of the season. They're worn out. They're not used. I mean, Otani might be different. They practice different. That might be batting practice.
Oh, sure.
That just might be how he does it
Right.
normally. But you see these guys that swing that hard and they're fast.
Yeah.
And it's not just the rest of the night. It's the rest of the season.
Yeah, there has been a lot of sluggers in the home run derby that after the derby, they go through a slump afterwards because if you're trying to hit one home run at a time, you're going to adjust your swing unless you have like a natural home run swing, like a Pete Alonso or a King Griffey Jr. But other people have to adjust their swing to hit a home run every time. Yeah.
And it's either a swing or a power, but they can take it as much as they want.
Yeah.
In this, it's a time difference. Squeeze many swings into 2 minutes of their hand.
Sure.
And you see them take that time out.
Yeah, I mean, I do prefer the new format as far as like entertainment goes, but I know the front office and the coaching staffs don't like it. They don't want them doing that. No. If you've ever seen if you've ever been part of baseball and you know how batting practice works, or you've ever showed up to a game early and seen batting practice, the players aren't just sitting up there trying to hit bombs every time. Like their home run swing, they maybe 3 or 4 legit full swings that they're trying to hit a ball out of the park. And if there are a lot of people show up for batting practice before a game, they might turn it up a little bit. So I know some players historically, like Sammy Sosa was famous for it. He would try to drop bombs and try to hit them out of the park if people were watching. But usually, you start off bunting in batting practice. You start off bunting, and then you try to hit the ball away. You purposefully hit grounders to each side to put the ball in play in case there's like less than 2 outs and a runner on third. You do situational hitting. You don't just get up there and try to hit bombs. But in a home run derby, yeah, you don't. When you go to the driving range, you don't have your buddy sitting there loading the tee every time in here. Whack, whack. And people have gotten injured. Luckily, there's no major injuries or nothing weird, but people have twisted their back, had to tweak their knee. But I mean, these are elite level athletes, and if you want to be the best in the biz, there's no bigger stage, especially if like in the current era of like social media and how important your presence is on the internet. If you go crazy during the home run derby with all those eyes on you and you got something shareable, you got a whole new group of fans, you got millions of dollars worth of new sponsorships and partnerships. It's a huge opportunity, not just to grow Major League Baseball and grow and make the home run derby as big as it used to be. It's also for you, the individual. The individual player can grow your brand and get new fans or get new partnerships and sponsorships. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, All-Star Weekend was the slowest sports weekend. On the night of the home run derby, there was literally nothing else going on. It was no basketball, no football. Everything else is the only sport that can go on. So anybody that's watching sports is watching it's showcase.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Moments of advertising in sports ever where you come up and shoot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. No bullfighting league, no slippery stairs, no other stuff on the Ocho.
I mean, baseball is in swing. We just hit. We didn't hit midseason. They consider the All-Star break midseason, right? We're not there yet, but we just hit halfway through the season in games. Baseball's the best show right now. Basketball's over. Football's yet to start. Hockey just finished. It's baseball right now. And what are we talking about? The NBA draft and off-season NFL acquisitions.
French basketball players and Japanese football players.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. I'll tell you what. Let's talk a little bit MLB half season. We'll push off the I-9 varsity one segment. We're going to talk about halfway through the baseball season, what we're seeing from the best. Okay. Best adult film censorship, Japanese. Friend of the show, Joel. You're just shooting these. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. This program went off the rails. When we get back, MLB talk. You should be listening and tuned in on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Forgot I haven't assigned to varsity yet. Whoops. because he knew it was coming. So I didn't get excited when I got a margarita at 5 o'clock on Sadie's on a Thursday. I do it every Thursday at 5 o'clock. It's awesome. It's awesome every time. Getting drafted by the Lakers is awesome every time. Even when you know what's going to happen. Yeah. I heard they call each other LJ and BJ. So now the Lakers have LJ, BJ, and JJ. So that's pretty confusing. But you know it's going to slip every once in a while. Like when he's really excited or he's like really wide open. Dad, Dad, Dad. Dude, we're going to be chock full of these moments next year. There is no way there's not memeable and streamable stuff that happens next year between LeBron and his son. It's going to happen. Dude. Yeah. I got to agree with you 100%. I mean, this has never happened before. It's happened a lot in baseball. It's happened with families in football. Never direct father-son in football. This is the first time in the history of basketball a father and son will play together. And it's not like it's some journeyman who had a kid young, whose kid was good enough to play in the NBA. It's LeBron James's kid. This is huge. It's a crazy storyline. I mean, he said 3-and-D. I mean, that's the only exception to him next year. If he grows into a better player, that's all bonus. But if he could just be a good 3-and-D wing player and contribute to the team, like it's a bonus immediately. Because you get all the attention and money involved. Like, it's Los Angeles. It's the Lakers. It's LeBron James. It's the new Showtime. Oh, they'll definitely go after somebody. I mean, Paul George is still out there. Donovan Mitchell's still out there. There's some other pieces that are still out there that will probably be moved before next season if the deal is right. Well, why not? What's not to like? Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good fit too. I mean, the Lakers season all depends on Anthony Davis's health. If the brow is healthy again, they're going to be just fine. They're going to be in the playoffs. They had the misfortune of going up against the Nuggets in the first round. The Lakers played well enough. The Lakers played well enough first round of the playoffs last year to beat everyone who wasn't the Denver Nuggets or the Boston Celtics. I mean, you remember that Oklahoma City struggled. Minnesota struggled. Like, no one was playing well except for the Nuggets and the Lakers, and they were playing each other. Like, I know everyone has LeBron fatigue. I don't. I love it. This is going to be compelling television next year. It's going to be must-see TV. You think we talk a lot about LeBron and the Lakers this season? Buckle up, friend of the show. We're talking a lot of LeBron next year. Get over it. We'll talk a little MLB baseball this segment. We'll let it run into next segment, and we got Josh Sushan with us at 6 o'clock. I think what the Cleveland Guardians are doing is epic, and it defies all odds of what it takes to put together a successful baseball team. We're familiar with how cheap the Tampa Bay Rays are in the success that they've had. It looks like they're finally falling off. Other teams are catching up to kind of metrics. Google spending they had, like the Moneyball era A's, the Tampa Bay Rays kind of took that and fed it a bunch of steroids. And now a lot of teams do that, whether they have money or not. But what the Cleveland Guardians are doing this year, they're one win off from being the best team in the American League, and they have the 26th highest payroll. Let's run down some teams. Number one in MLB, the Mets, $305 million. $305 million. And half of that money is going to other teams to pay players who've already left. So the Mets are an anomaly. They always suck. Get over it. So number two, the Yankees. All right, $303 million. They're in first place. Money buys a spot in first place. Next, Los Angeles Dodgers, $249 million. Guess what? They're in first place. Number four, the Phillies, $243 million. Surprise, surprise, they're in first place. Yeah. I mean, every team, every front office, and every sport has a little payroll magic going on. But some are better than others. Next on the list, Rangers. They're struggling like the Astros. Astros and Rangers are 5 and 6. Blue Jays, they overpaid for a couple players. Braves, we've seen their success with the high payroll. Your Cubbies, who are kind of underperforming, but they're right there. Giants, they're in second place. Cardinals, they're in second place. And then right around the 12th spot with the Red Sox, who are floating around 500, this is when the payrolls all start to even out, and they all get below $200 million. But look, the Mets, obviously, they're a dumpster fire. And then it goes Yankees, Dodgers, Phillies, Astros, Rangers, Blue Jays, Braves, Cubs. First place, second place, third place, second place. Money buys success. But let me tell you, way down here at the bottom, started off the season with a $93 million payroll with a couple of early season acquisitions, all the way up to a $103 million payroll. Started off the season 28th highest payroll, now 26th highest payroll. Cleveland Guardians, one game back from the Yankees of the best record in the American League. You can buy 3 Cleveland Guardians rosters with what the Mets are paying for their team. You could buy 3 Cleveland Guardians rosters with what the Yankees are paying. You can buy 2 3/4 Cleveland Guardians rosters with what the Dodgers are paying. You can buy 2.5 Cleveland Guardians rosters with what the Phillies, Astros, and Rangers are paying. What they're doing with so little right now is unprecedented. It's friggin' awesome to watch. Zay, I know you're NFL number one guy, but usually, like especially the past few years, you pay for success in the MLB. It started, in the late '90s with the Yankees' success. I mean, they had their core, but every other free agent they just bought them. Exactly, the whole league. And you had to have a magical season or a magical playoff run to beat the Yankees at this time. And then the Red Sox kind of learned from it, and then we had some magical surprises every once in a while from your A's and your Rays. But usually you pay. You pay for the best players. If you're able to develop a stud player, pay him early, get a hometown discount. Because there's this huge gap in between the haves and the have-nots in Major League Baseball. But the Cleveland Guardians are bucking the trend this year, and it is awesome to watch. More MLB talk and a little potpourri, a little gumbo when we get back. I got to pop across a couple other stories. One more margarita at Sadie's, too, wouldn't hurt my feelings. We're 17 short minutes away from Josh Sushan, and we're an hour and 17 minutes away from the presidential debate, and I've never been more excited for the next hour of my life. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. circumstances. The group hits into us. I wave, I'm like, careful guys, blah, 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 we're still here. Sorry, sorry. They all wave, they yell sorry. They didn't yell for it, yell sorry. They do it again a few holes later. So naturally what you do is you step on their golf ball, you shove it into the ground so they can't find it. Yep. And then they catch up to us, they apologize, they're new to the game. And so I sat down and I explained the rules to them. Like, hey, even if you're a beginner, even if you don't know your strength, follow the rules, or people will get hot. People will get hurt. A nice Korean lady can get hit in the head and die. A nice Korean man could get hit in the head and die. This happens all the time in the States. Please be careful on the golf course, guys. I beg of you. I beg of you. No, the wrong guy. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I just told a story today, a funny golf ball story. I found, in your travels of golf, like I'm nowhere close to being a scratch golfer, so I find myself quite often in the bushes, in the trees, in the desert. And when you do that, sometimes you come out with more golf balls than you go in with. Okay? So one day in the bush, I found myself a nice little Pro V1, in which, as you know, as a golfer, that's what it's the Cadillac. You find a Pro V1 and it's nice and shiny with no gashes, that's probably immediately your favorite golf ball. I find me a Pro V1, and it just so happens to have somebody's initials on it, written in Sharpie. It said DJ. So a couple weeks later, I play with that ball for a couple rounds. Also, as you know, is quite rare, especially for me. I'm usually going to lose a ball or two around. I'm playing with this ball for a couple rounds. It's a few weekends later. I hit one to the right of the hole, and this is where a couple holes kind of overlap, pretty close to each other, playing Puerto, funnest short party course in town. I go and got my wedge out, about to hit it on the green. I lean over, and this guy's like, whoa, 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 you're about to hit my ball. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me help you look for your ball. This is my ball. I'm playing the Titleist Pro V1 that's got the initials DJ on it. And he's like, dude, I'm DJ. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. He's like, I found this ball at Isleta like 3 weekends ago. And are you serious? He's like, and we see another ball right there. He's like, that must be your ball. I pick it up. We go look at the balls. They're both Titleist Pro V1s with the same handwriting, the same initial, the same color. I met the DJ randomly that owned the ball that I found in the sticks playing golf. Again, I'll say it one more time. Friends of the show, don't hit into the group in front of you. Be very careful. Be safe. Yeah. He is a better poker player than umpire. Zay, when are you going to get in the golf? It's not easy. No. Yo, buddy. Well, I'll get you in. Let's go hit a bucket whenever you want. The night range of Puerto's open. Beer in a bucket, baby. When we get back, another bad golfer, but the best in the biz at what he does, voice of the Isotopes, Josh Sushan joins us. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. 2 hours in the books. Honestly, we don't know how much we have to go. We might be doing multiple I-9 varsities after this next segment because we got voice of the Isotopes and local weatherman Josh Sushan online with us. Sush, how's it going over there? Okay. 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 Excellent. I know the friends of the show are big Isotopes fans, and they probably would have showed up a few minutes late anyways, because this is the land of mañana, and no one knows how to show up on time here in Albuquerque. So no one might not even notice. Nailed it. It's magic, isn't it? Free stuff makes you on time all the time. So how much water did the field get? Because it seemed like just like a sprinkle to me. Were they being proactive, or did you get it worse down there? God, that's so impressive. Does it look like the sell has passed, or should the friends of the show bring their umbrella if they showed up early at the giveaway last year? So, I mean, when you were prepping to become the greatest voice in all of baseball, in my humble opinion, did you have to minor in meteorology? Like, where does this intense knowledge come from? I love it so much. Big news from the big leagues. The greatest to ever do it, Shohei Ohtani, is contemplating participating in the home run derby. How big is this for baseball? Sure. Sure. Right. I agree completely. And I think if Shohei Ohtani says that he's going to and guarantees that he's going to, and he gets in early, I anticipate a ripple effect from other stars in Major League Baseball. If Shohei's going to do it, Aaron Judge better do it. If Aaron Judge does it, player X better do it. I think it not only will help baseball getting all that attention on Shohei, but it will make other stars step up. Yep. Oh. Like we have some, I'd love to hear your favorite, but even recently we've had some pretty legendary home run derby moments. Pete Alonso going back to back in years. Soto, Albert Pujols' final home run derby. Adley Rutschman hitting one from each side. These are the kind of things that baseball fans know about. But what kind of moment do we need to make it transcend? Yeah. Right. Sush, are there any tickets left for Home Run Derby X? Are the friends of the show able to join me at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Ice Coast Park Friday, August 27th, to watch Manny Ramirez and a bunch of other major leaguers drop bombs right here in Albuquerque? Toasts are coming in hot this year, baby. We're going to keep it going tonight. first place looks really good on you guys. Okay, hit me. Okay, now you tell me. Do we need to hang out for 10 extra minutes, or are you going to throw this on your shoulder, Sush? I'll tell you what. Let's go to break right now. We come back, more Major League Baseball talk and more Isotopes talk. As you get a little bonus overtime, 2 men on, and then we give you over to Josh Sushan and the Albuquerque Isotopes. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Luke Marquith, GM of Howie's Sports Page. One of my favorite places, not only in Albuquerque, but I mean the history of the universe. How are things over at Howie's?
Fantastic. This was always tradition in our slow season as sports
You open early and you're open late.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me today. You're the best in the biz. Always love you having on. Say, good job today. Dang, how's it feel? Voice the Isotopes, Josh Sushan, joining us for a bonus segment as there is only a 10-minute rain delay. That's nothing. Sush. Sush, most people think the All-Star game is halfway through the season, but most teams in Major League Baseball at this point right now have played either 81, 82, 83 games, so we're technically halfway through the baseball season. The thing that I'm most impressed about, and we talked about it earlier on the program, is how much Cleveland is doing with so little. They're one win away from the best team in baseball with the 26th biggest payroll. It seems like they're the only one who is doing it right now with so much and so little. Have you noticed this? Sure. Right. I mean, they got the stud Jose Ramirez, and then they got Steven Kwan, who looks like just an average middling baseball player his first few years, but now he's flirting with 400. It seems like a few teams in Major League Baseball, the Guardians we're talking about now, the Rays have been successful, historically the A's, they turn something into nothing. And I think it's more fun and it's more compelling that there's always a story like this every year. Sure. Right. Yeah.
There's probably a couple of top college programs
Yeah, sure.
the Guardians have, and we made it work.
So, Sushan, when I thought all hope was lost, I thought my Astros run was finally over. 12 games under 500 earlier in the season. Halfway, they clawed their way back up to 500. How big did Major League Baseball mess up by letting the Astros back in this thing? Yeah, outside of the aforementioned Cleveland Guardians, what's one of the teams that's really impressed you so far in the first half of the season? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of great storylines so far in Major League Baseball, and I love the youth movement. It's a bummer that we've had a couple injuries so far this season to young superstars, but like up and coming teams like the Royals, you said, with Bobby Witt Jr. And it seems like every single player on the Orioles is under 25 and a superstar. I kind of thought this would be the year that the Orioles really took it to another gear, but the Yankees are going to be the Yankees again. Do you think these two at the top of the AL East is who we're going to see battling all year? Right. Sure. Right. I concur. Sushan, stay dry, have a hell of a call, and we will see you in person tomorrow, my friend. Luke Markwith, Howie Sports Page, thank you so much for joining me, my friend. Nice. Make some time for us Sunday morning. Let's swing some sticks. Zay Johnson back at the studio. Good job, buddy. Oh, thought I had 10 more seconds. Okay. Uh-huh.